Hi, this is Michelle and welcome to my channel. If you are here, you probably are interested in more information on adult coloring and or you're part of one of the Facebook groups that I've joined for adult coloring. And if that's the case, this is your lucky day because that's exactly what this channel is going to be about. Adult coloring and art and probably a lot of other things, but for now we're just going to stick with that. So a little bit about me. I'm 37. I live just north of Nashville, Tennessee. I am, in fact, a crazy cat lady. I wear that label very well, and I will be talking about them frequently. You'll be seeing them, you'll be hearing them. If you're not big on cats, this may not be the channel for you. I even have some earrings today that I decided to wear that are actually cats. So, one of many pairs. I love to read. I am a big fan of Kindles, and Kindle is an insomniac's best friend. I probably read about 150 books last year on it, and I'm going to probably hit that goal this year. So I love to read, and I'll probably do some actual book reviews later on here on the channel. I also have insomnia. I have an anxiety disorder. I have fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, depression, just a nice little grab bag of problems that are made even worse by the insomnia. So hopefully I can kind of talk about that a little bit on here, and I know a lot of you probably are suffering from some of the same things, so maybe hearing somebody else talk about it will be helpful in a way. So why am I doing this? Because if you did search for adult coloring in the YouTube search bar, you see there are so many coloring channels. And you could spend all day just trying new channels. I actually have 5 or 6 that I really enjoy, and then I am going to have to expand out because I find new ones every day. But when channels do like color and chat, A Colorful Life does a lot of this, where she will color a picture and just chat for a while. She also does live streams, and that can be really helpful for somebody with social anxiety. So if I'm sitting there and I want to color, I probably want to listen to something in the background, and having a video of somebody else coloring and talking, it kind of helps you, feel a little more relaxed. You feel like you're in the room with that person without having to physically be in a room with a person. So for those that have social anxiety, this may be the type of thing that, really makes them feel like they're connecting with someone. So I will eventually be doing colors and chats. I can't focus more on one thing right now, and if I tried it now, it would be 60 minutes of what was I talking about. So nobody wants to see that. So for now, I'm going to wait on those. But I would also like to look closer at different coloring books. I have so many. And I really want to be able to talk about which materials do really well in them. For people that have been coloring for a while, you kind of know, there they go. You kind of know that, like with Create Space paper, certain things work and certain things don't. But for people that are just starting out, they may not know what type of paper, is in certain books. So I thought it might be helpful to just look at it on a book-by-book basis and say, water-based markers do well in this, or alcohol-based markers do well in this. You can use watercolors if you use gesso on the page first. Things like that. And hopefully that will be helpful to people that are really trying to pick a book. The last thing I want to do is, so I was talking about all the coloring books I have, which is, as you know, when you first start out coloring, or even if you've been doing it for a while, there's so many books, and you watch these videos and you're like, oh, that looks so fun, I want to do that, and I want to try pastels, and I want to try water-based markers, and all this different stuff. And the next thing you know, you have all these different materials and all these different books, and you're kind of overwhelmed. At least I am. I will pick a challenge or something, and when I finish it, there's kind of that lull where I'm not sure which book to pick. There's so many different things that I've gotten that I do want to try, so I'm not really sure what I want to try first. I'm very indecisive like that. So I thought it would be fun, and I'm sure somebody else is doing this as well, but I don't see this very often. I thought it would be fun to either have like a wheel of coloring, or some bowls with the names of the coloring books and different types of media in another, and just randomly pick ones. Some weeks I'll even pick the actual colors that I'll use. So I thought that might be fun, and those will be the ones I more than likely use for the color and chat, so you can kind of see what happens when I do that. I'm not going to be doing a lot of tutorials on here. Like with Anne on A Colorful Life, you're going to be learning right along with me, and you're going to see me mess up, and quite a bit. But just keep in mind, it's not a mistake. You didn't ruin it. You just learned something, and 9 times out of 10, you can just continue on and work around it and finish. I will say quickly that I apologize for any background noise. I wanted to try recording outside for the first video. Probably from here on out I'll record inside, just because you don't get a lot of the road noise and random things that keep happening. So anyway, I thought that might be fun, just kind of going at random and just trying some different stuff that I probably wouldn't have picked at first glance. So I also am getting into other types of art, and I do weekly art lessons here in town. And that's really helped with creativity. I struggle with that. I'm a perfectionist. I want things done right, and I want to be able to finish everything as soon as I start it. I've really had to learn over time to let all of that go and think outside the box. And as I show you some of the pages and stuff, I'll talk a little more about that, because I'm sure I am not the only one. So like I said, I'll also be sharing some different types of art, and with her blessing, there may be even some different techniques that she's shown me that I will share with you as well. So that's pretty much it. In terms of frequency, I am not going to have a set frequency right now. I'd like to do this at least weekly, but it may not happen. I work from home, and my job can be stressful at times. Some weeks I might not be able to do a video. I have chronic pain in my upper back, and if it's hurting enough, then I may not want to color or do a video. So I'm not really sure what the frequency is going to be right now. It took me forever to do this first video. I've really wanted to do it, but I've kept putting it off because it's scary and it's different. And this morning I just said, you know what, it's the first of the month, no more excuses, I'm just going to run with it. And then I spent 2 hours fiddling around to the point where, okay, now I'm going to really record. So again, not sure about the frequency. Hopefully more often than not. If I do decide to set in a regular schedule, especially with the random colors, I will, and coloring books, I will do so. And yeah, I pretty much want to wrap it up. I'm going to try, at least at first, to keep the videos fairly short. I know for most people that's what they prefer. For others, like I said, if you're trying to color, you want somebody with a lengthy video coloring. So again, I may do some of those, but to start with, I'm just going to keep them short and sweet. So thank you so much for coming to my channel. Like I said, I'm not sure where this is going to take me, but I think it's going to be good, and it's going to be good for me, and hopefully it will help somebody else out, particularly if they're suffering from any of the different things that I am. So have a great day, and bye for now.